There's just so much.
You're listening to a Mamamia podcast.
Mamamia acknowledges the traditional owners of land and waters that this podcast is recorded on. Hello and welcome to Cancelled, the podcast that looks at silly celebrity crimes and assigns charges and sentences to them so we can all move on with our lives. I'm Claire Stevens.
And I'm Jessie Stevens.
And Jessie, do you have a lazy girl story for us?
I do. I have one that was sent to our DMs
Oh,
by a person named Samantha.
okay.
Right?
Okay.
And Samantha says, lazy girl story for you.
Mhm.
That's how I knew. My 5.5-year-old was at preschool and the local firefighters came to visit and must have done some sort of fire safety / don't touch hot items around the house type info session. Anyway, he comes home with a paper worksheet. It's got like full of pictures of household items and you circle the hot things that you're not meant to touch, right?
wow.
And there's like stovetop, mattress, fireplace. And he looks up and he says to his mum, I don't know what this is. This is on my worksheet and I don't know what it is. And it's an iron. It's an iron.
God.
He's nearly 6. He's never seen one.
lazy girl.
She's a lazy girl.
Oh my gosh, I aspire.
Respect.
I aspire to that level of lazy. I talk a lot about this in my day-to-day life. I need to live without an iron. I need clothes that don't need to be ironed. We don't have an ironing board. We iron on a table. And one time my mum saw me doing it and she said that actually does affect, like it impacts the effectiveness of the ironing.
It really does. It doesn't have the bounce of a board.
Yeah.
But where would one keep a board? There's no cupboard.
No, exactly. I don't have a cupboard.
I find that I'll get something out that needs ironing and I'll go, that needs ironing. But then if I give it 15 minutes, I will decide it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll go, not to worry. And then I'll wear it. And then if I'm either photographed or filmed for a podcast, I'm like, I profoundly regret not ironing that.
That did need an iron in
But-
hindsight.
Yeah.
I hope my child doesn't know what an iron is, a broom is, a mop is.
A stovetop.
That's how I will.
I've never seen my mummy use a stovetop.
That's how I will know.
I just know the microwave. Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, they'll know I've succeeded. Jessie, today we're talking about Emma Stone.
People say, I've been told I look like her a little bit.
That was my next line. Once or twice you've been told you look like Emma Stone. I have not, which is interesting given that we are
round a square face. Yeah.
we're identical. It is embarrassing being told you look like a celebrity because it's always like, not quite, and not quite as beautiful, hey.
No, not quite as beautiful, not with the Hollywood treatment, but there is something about the fact she has green eyes and you have green eyes where you look like Emma Stone in a way you don't look like Margot Robbie.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah.
I've been told I look like her, and the other one I used to get was Yelena Dokic, a young Yelena Dokic.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's
Love
like
Yelena.
Yeah.
Sorry, Yelena.
Emily Jean Stone, we'll get to Emma, we'll get to that, is an actress and producer who in 2017 was the world's highest paid actress. What movie do you think?
La La.
La La Land?
Yeah.
Well, it was the year after La La Land,
Was it that one with Steve Carell in it?
the tennis one, Battle of the Sexes.
We are privileged tennis fans to have the great Billie Jean King.
Women should be paid and respected equally. You're offering the men's winner 8 times what you're offering the women's winner.
The men are simply more exciting to watch. It's just biology.
Oh, that was a great film. I loved
It was that
movie.
year. It was that year. So it's the year after La La Land, the year of Battle of the Sexes. When she was 15, she made a PowerPoint. Presentation for her parents about why she should be able to move to LA to pursue acting. By the time she was 18, she was starring in Superbad. And she went on to
Forgot
star.
about Superbad.
Yeah, she went on to star in Easy A and Crazy Stupid Love before she was 25.
Too many achievements.
What I'm seeing here, not a lot of hustle.
I thought the 15-year-old PowerPoint showed some hustle.
There's some hustle, but it's 3 years and we're in a good movie.
Do you think with the PowerPoint that she used transitions?
Yes, I think there were whoosh sounds. I think that there was word art.
I think that it came in spinning.
Oh, yeah.
Why? And then the other word art, different word arts with whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. I should. And then all at once. Actually, she forgot to put an effect on that. So that was already there when she pressed the thing. And it said, be an actress and go to LA.
Yeah.
And it was messy in that way.
Yeah.
And maybe it had, do you remember that PowerPoints used to have like a symbol of a microphone? And you'd click it and it'd be like, "Brr," and you could talk into
Well,
it?
no, she said that the song Hollywood by Madonna was playing in the background.
Wow, that's really advanced.
I think is quite high tech for a PowerPoint in the early 2000s.
Yeah, me too.
She's also starred in The Amazing Spider-Man, Birdman, so
A lot of
animals
with men.
Yeah.
Male animals, yes.
Yeah, The Favourite, and more recently, Poor Things.
I've seen that.
Jessie, what is your favourite Emma Stone movie?
Oh, Great Stupid Love.
What are you, lawyer?
A little bit.
Come on.
I know.
Permission to approach the bench?
Seriously?
Just come on, let me deliver my closing argument.
Sure, proceed.
Anna, we live in a physical world, right?
Uh-huh.
And you're going to age, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guarantee you this, you're never gonna regret going home with that guy from the bar that one time that was a total tomcat in the sack. But I can't guarantee that you won't not regret it.
That's a double negative.
You're a double negative.
Because she's with Ryan Gosling in that, right?
Yeah, but you know what mine is?
What?
La La Land, also with Ryan Gosling.
I like La La Land too. I also think Easy A is an outstanding film.
Really?
I got sent to the principal today.
Did you win a medal or something?
Not exactly. I used inappropriate language in English class.
Noun, adjective, or verb?
Noun.
Spell it with your P's.
Oh, yeah, spell it with your P's. Do it.
I will take that challenge.
I thought Easy A, hear me out, was establishing Emma Stone as the next Lindsay Lohan. Discuss. Because it was like her Mean Girls.
Yeah, but then she's gone on to
Not be Lindsay Lohan. Yes, I agree. But I think that Lindsay Lohan became Lindsay Lohan, and then they were like, we need a new one.
Yeah.
This one has red hair.
Yeah.
And then they kind of subbed Emma Stone in.
And you and I are like sisters, twins.
My structure for today is as follows. What is your name? Aloha controversy. Too many best friends.
Yep.
Poor things being problematic. And miscellaneous. Firstly, what is your name? You may know Emma Stone by her generally accepted name, Emma Stone, but you'd be wrong. There are several interviews where Emma Stone's co-stars refer to her as Emily, and the interviewer stops and says, "Don't you mean Emma?" And Emma has to correct them and say, "No, my name is actually
Well, it's confusing because
Emily."
in the credits it says Emma.
Okay, so Emma, what was the first album you bought?
Emily.
It's Emily.
Remember?
Yeah.
Remember, Lynn?
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
Emma and Emily are not words like
They're not interchangeable
Richard
like
and Dick.
or Mike and Michael. They're not. They're different, fundamentally different names.
Yeah. Why do actors get to play with their names?
Well, I'll explain. We'll get there. But when Olivia Colman won Best Actress for her role as Queen Anne in The Favourite, she praised her co-stars, but referred to them as Emily and Rachel.
I'm with Emily and Rachel, the two loveliest women in the world to fall in love with and to go to work with every day. I mean, you can imagine, it wasn't a hardship.
Everyone was like, who's Emily?
And it's not like you can't be famous with the name Emily because Emily Blunt.
Yes. Apparently, when she signed up to the Screen Actors Guild when she was 16, there was already an Emily Stone. And no two
Things
actors
haven't gone well for Emily Stone.
No two actors can have the same working name. So she
Is this actually true?
Yes. And there are a bunch of, I'm pretty sure somebody like Michael Keaton, there are a bunch of actors, I think like Michael J. Fox, maybe the J. There's a bunch of people who have slightly changed their name.
You'd be so annoyed because Emily Stone has done not enough with her name, in my opinion. She's known for the 2002 film, The Making of Juice, as well as the 2005 film that you might have heard of called Coma Girl. And look, they weren't nominated for anything. But I think at this stage, you've got to give up your name.
I know. I think Emma Stone should sue.
Yes, I will be having that.
There are other actors that this has happened to. So Diane Keaton, her name is actually Diane Hall, and she had to change it to Keaton. And then Michael Douglas, his real name is Michael Keaton. There's already a Michael Keaton. Too confusing. And The Weeknd had to drop the E from weekend. That's why it's The Weeknd.
Really?
Yeah. People can't double up.
I've always wondered why it's Weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such fun information.
I know. I feel like as somebody with a very common name, I would have to completely change my name. I guess that's how you end up with like Tree Payne.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's Taylor Swift's publicist, but I'm sure that cannot be her birth name.
No, I don't think it's her birth name.
So Emily Stone, tried to be cool and change her name to Riley at first. She was like, Riley, I can be Riley. But then she was doing a guest spot on a little-known show called Malcolm in the Middle.
She was on
show.
Fabulous
Love
show. It
that
has
show.
a Breaking Bad man in it.
Yeah. And they
And
kept
the guy who had the memory issue, but it turns out he didn't. Do you know that story?
Yeah.
The main actor.
The main guy.
Said he had amnesia and couldn't remember any of the Malcolm in the Middle stuff, and then the media reported it, and then he was like, jokes, and I was like, kind of funny.
I think he really did have a memory issue. He's not doing well. But anyway, so he probably doesn't remember that Emma Stone was on Malcolm in the Middle. Yeah. And when they kept calling Riley, she kept missing it.
That's the problem,
because she's like, who the hell is
Who's
Riley? Oh, me. I tried to be cool.
Okay.
So then she changed it to Emma because it's closer to Emily and because she loved Emma Bunton from the Spice Girls.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
Inspired.
Baby Spice, yeah.
But I guess it is like commit. Are you Emma or Emily? Because now it's a shtick in every interview where her friends know her real name and it's like, okay, well, am I your friend? Yes or no?
Oh my God, it feels exclusive.
It does.
It feels exclusive like
my
when
friends,
you walk in somewhere and everyone has a nickname, like I've been in this situation, they call so-and-so by their last name and I'm like, well, I'm not your friend.
I'm not close enough to
So I can't
say
call
that.
you this. Like our producer's name is Talissa Bazaz. If I walked in, everyone called her Bazaz. Well, how many days?
Yeah, how long till I can
call you Bazaz? The first time I do it will be too familiar and we'll all cringe. You're either Bazaz or you're Talissa.
Yeah. And it has to be consistent.
It has to.
And inclusive. Jessie, Aloha controversy. This is perhaps one of my favourite cancelled offences of all time. Aloha was a 2015 romantic comedy starring Bradley Cooper, Rachel McAdams, John Krasinski, Bill Murray and Emma Stone.
You can't let one small meltdown destroy me.
A second chance? Who doesn't want a second chance? Your old boss wants you back. It's Hawaii, our old stomping ground. Aloha. Gilchrist, you're back in the game.
I want to introduce you to your Air Force liaison. She's a fast burner.
Double espresso?
Morning, sir. I'm so jacked for today.
Make that a triple.
It was directed by Cameron Crowe, who directed such bangers as Almost Famous, Jerry Maguire, Vanilla Sky, and We Bought a Zoo.
Vanilla Sky, also known as your husband's favourite
film. I was talking to my husband about this and I said, you know that terrible movie Aloha? This guy directed it, but he's actually directed some good movies. And Rory said, such as Vanilla Sky, because he knew who the director was.
It's his favourite
movie. He makes everyone watch it. It's not that good. Anyway, as of today, Cameron Crowe has not directed a film since Aloha.
Because he was on a run.
It will soon become clear why. He was like a writer, director. He was dominating Hollywood.
Hitting his stride, and then he went, I'm going to take a risk here.
And
I'm going to make a film called Aloha after How You Say Hello.
In Hawaii.
In Hawaii. And I'm going to really take a swing and cast Emma Stone. Did she play a Hawaiian person?
A quarter Hawaiian, a quarter Chinese.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. I tried to watch this years ago and couldn't. That's how bad it was.
Because you like to watch things that are upsetting to
the culture. I went, it's set in a beautiful place.
Yeah.
It's got a beautiful cast.
Yeah.
The plot's horrific. What else could I want?
Yeah.
What could I want? I couldn't watch it. It was commercially and critically a failure. It cost $37 million to make and then grossed $26 million. With that cast. So word must have spread.
What was it about? Because my memory is
the problem.
An Emma Stone with makeup that made her racially ambiguous, which I'm pretty sure is more racist. And I think like a military vibe.
Okay. The premise is this. While on assignment in Hawaii, military contractor Brian Gilchrist, Bradley Cooper, reconnects with his old flame, Tracy, Rachel McAdams, now married to an Air Force recruit, John Krasinski. He also spends time with Alison.
Is John Krasinski The Office?
The Office, yeah.
Oh, I love that guy.
Yeah. And he's really hot in it. He's kind of jacked. He also spends time with Alison Ning, Emma Stone, a hard-nosed fighter pilot who watches every move that he makes. As they travel through the lush terrain, Brian finds himself falling for Ning, while his conversations with Tracy provide a shocking revelation from their past. Now it's too confusing. Let me tell you about the character, Alison Ing.
It's Ing.
Oh.
It's like ring, but without the R or the I.
As I said, she's meant to be 1/4 Chinese, 1/4 Hawaiian. She's sort of like the cultural voice in this.
Right.
But she's played by Emma Stone, which is problematic in that Emma Stone is German, English, Irish, and wait for it because this is important, Scottish.
This is why we look alike. We've got identical backgrounds.
No, genuinely.
Yeah.
There was unsurprisingly backlash to this casting decision. A Jezebel headline read, Emma Stone playing a half Asian character in Aloha? Literally why?
Literally.
The Media Action Network for Asian Americans released a statement about the all-white casting of a movie set in Hawaii. And they said that 60% of Hawaii's population is Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders.
Mm-hmm.
Caucasians make up about 30% of the population, but from watching the film, you'd think they made up 99%. Now, the director responded to the backlash, and he said, "I've heard your words and your disappointment. I offer a heartfelt apology to all who felt this was an odd or misguided casting choice."
So has he explained why?
Well, yes.
Okay, all right.
As far back as 2007, Captain Alison Ng was written to be a super proud one-quarter Hawaiian who was frustrated that by all outward appearances, she looked nothing like one.
Okay.
A half-Chinese father was meant to show the surprising mix of cultures often prevalent in Hawaii. Extremely proud of her unlikely heritage, she feels personally compelled to over-explain every chance she gets. The character was based on a real-life, red-headed local who did just that. And look, that's all lovely.
Yeah.
The difference is that the local was actually Hawaiian. Okay?
Right, yeah.
And Hollywood has an appalling track record when it comes to diverse representation. And did you not think it was strange to make Emma Stone play someone with the last name Ying? Did nothing.
That's the issue, isn't it? And it's also like she's not some unknown actress where you could almost put aside everything you knew about them and maybe go, hey, maybe that actress is Hawaiian.
Yeah.
I know she's not.
Mm-hmm.
She is the whitest actress who exists.
She's so white.
She's so white, which is fine because 99% of roles are for really white people.
Yeah.
So we've got one role here for someone who isn't white.
Isn't completely white.
Yep. And we go, you know what? You know who hasn't been given a chance? Emily. Little old Emily. You know, she was 15. She made that PowerPoint.
Yeah.
She hustled. Let's give her a go. No.
I really do think this is one of those examples. I'm obsessed with how things like this happen in Hollywood, right?
That no one sits around the table and goes.
Because I think what happened is Cameron Crowe wrote it and he went, "Ugh, I'll just ask. I'll ask. And if it's weird, she'll tell me."
She'll say something. And maybe she thought he asked, it must not be weird.
Yeah. And then I think Bradley Cooper was like, well, I don't know. He said that it's fine.
Everyone thought the other would check.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's the classic sitting in a meeting and you're thinking, the studio checked.
Yeah.
We got this signed off by all Hawaiian people or something.
Somebody did something to make sure that this was fine.
It's a diffusion of responsibility. It's no one person's fault. It is everyone's fault to varying degrees.
Because I think Emma Stone is also like, hold on, Rachel McAdams is in this film. She wouldn't sign on if this was offensive.
Bradley Cooper wouldn't.
No, John Krasinski seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
He wouldn't star in a scene with me if I was cosplaying somebody of a different race for no reason. But everybody at the...
This guy made Vanilla Sky.
Yeah. He doesn't do stupid things. And then he's gone, oh, look.
It was definitely one of those things where you look at the poster and you're like, oh, shit, how did that happen? They want me to believe Emma Stone's Hawaiian.
Who made that call?
Yeah.
All of you, a little bit. But Jess, it wasn't just that the casting was bad. It was the film itself. And speaking of people you cancel along the way, Cameron Crowe.
Okay, what's his deal and why hasn't he worked since other than Aloha?
Because it was so bad. I think he got scared away from Hollywood.
Okay. Yeah.
Jesse, we've come up against this in the cancel courtroom before. When people do a really bad piece of work, they hide.
They retreat into a snow cave and they go, never mind me.
Here's a review.
And then they retreat and they go, and then they throw Emma Stone out.
Yeah.
And then they go back to their snow cave.
Sorry if you're hurt. Okay.
No, but they're offering Emma Stone.
Yeah.
Oh, look, here's Emma Stone.
Yeah.
Bradley, like he's just offering people going, leave me alone in my snow cave.
In my cave. Here's a review from Vox. Crowe came into Aloha with a cast that could melt Silver Linings playbooks off the planet. A dreamy setting that people wouldn't mind spending eternity staring at. A script that writes itself.
I love films
set in Hawaii.
Set in Hawaii. When we went to Hawaii, we were like, boom, Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah.
Boom, Blue Crush. Boom,
yeah.
Let's go to every set.
Yes.
And I've just realised that all of those movies are about white people. What are we doing to Hawaii?
You know what I didn't do? I didn't say where's Aloha filmed.
No.
Because I didn't.
I did say,
care.
Let's go to the Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Because that was very good. But the whitewashing of Hawaii
it's a serious issue.
Very problematic.
Yeah. The Vox review said it's a script that writes itself because people will throw money at you to see Bradley Cooper kiss Emma Stone and Rachel McAdams. Mm-hmm. And the actual real-life experience of living in Hawaii is both mystifying and unfair that he managed to take all that and turn it into whatever Aloha is. I just could not shake the film's haunting and naked mediocrity. I was left thinking about Aloha long after I left the theatre. The movie taunted me in a way that other bad movies hadn't.
This is when we do our movie marathon where we watch and live blog Cats, which we've been promising to do for a while because of James Corden's involvement.
Yeah.
I think Aloha is after that.
Yeah. No, I think it's really important that I watched the trailer and I went, yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So Emma Stone played what has sometimes been referred to as the manic pixie dream girl.
Oh, yeah.
And interestingly, it was a Cameron Crowe film, Elizabethtown, that made a reviewer coin that term.
Was it Kirsten Dunst?
Yeah. I do remember, because I did start to watch this movie before I turned it off.
Okay.
And I do remember that Emma Stone's character was all like, blah, 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 like just like had no filter and turning up everywhere and like way too sprightly.
I'm crazy, but I'm hot.
Yeah. I'm crazy, but I'm sexy. I'm actually so crazy it makes me sexier.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Sir, I'd love to get a beverage. Or a peppermint tea. And discuss all kinds of stuff. The sky, future. Yeah. Everything. I'm a peppermint tea girl.
Well, you have a good time.
I meant with you, sir.
Now, she played a trope, that's an issue, but she did play it in an abysmal film. A BuzzFeed review said, Aloha is the world's most bewildering romantic comedy. And it really, wow. It's just, we all have to go and watch it together.
I'm surprised that her career was somehow because it all went somewhere from there.
No, yeah, everybody went.
Bradley Cooper's still working, Rachel McAdams is still working, and Emma Stone only has she ever formally apologised?
Yes. So she apologised for her role. In a 2015 interview, she said the controversy around her casting opened her eyes in many ways. She said, I've become the butt of many jokes. I've learnt on a macro level about how insane the history of whitewashing is in Hollywood and how prevalent the problem truly is. It ignited a conversation that's very important. Then there was a moment at the Golden Globes in 2019 where the host made a joke about Crazy Rich Asians and how it was the first movie to tell an Asian story since Aloha. And Emma Stone called out, I'm sorry.
Crazy Rich Asians is nominated tonight for Best Picture, Musical or Comedy. It is the first studio film with an Asian American lead since Ghost in the Shell and Aloha.
From the audience.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah. She's like, I'm sorry. I regret it. I'm so sorry. Jesse, too many best friends.
All right. I think that she's meant to be best friends with Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Is the one I've heard of.
Any other guesses?
Is she good friends with Emily Blunt?
Sure. I'm sure she is. She seems to be friends with
every
everyone.
couch that she's on Graham Norton. She's there with her 8 best friends.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that Emma Stone, in my opinion, has too many best friends.
Such as
Taylor Swift,
yeah,
Ryan Gosling, and Jennifer Lawrence.
Oh, okay.
Too many.
Yes.
So she met Taylor Swift at the Young Hollywood Awards in 2008. She said she listened to some of her music and she wrote her an email saying that she liked it.
How'd you get her email?
I know. But also, we'd all do that.
If we had access.
If we had access. Taylor Swift has a 2010 song called When Emma Falls in Love. Fans have always suspected it is about Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield. That's just a little bit of gossip. Yes.
I forgot she dated Andrew Garfield.
He's beautiful.
Yes.
Then there's Ryan Gosling. So Gosling and Stone met during the audition for 2011's Crazy Stupid Love, and they formed a close bond during their time on set. They then were in a 2013 movie called Gangster Squad, and then in 2016, La La Land. Do you remember the kind of promo around La La Land and how it was all about how supportive they were of each other and each other's success? Because that was what the movie was about?
No.
Oh my gosh, I remember Mum whinging about this. Yeah. So she won Best Actress at the 2017 Oscars, and it was very Ryan Gosling applauding her from the audience in a La La Land type way.
Ryan Gosling, thank you for making me laugh and for always raising the bar and for being the greatest partner on this crazy adventure.
Okay, theories. That's very Ryan. He's
a bit of a beater.
Yeah, but is that a shtick? For example, Barbie.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like he's very always applauding his female co-stars, but for attention maybe.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll have to talk about that on a Ryan Gosling episode.
Yes.
And in 2018, Stone gushed about her friendship, said that he holds a special place in her heart. She can't even imagine what life would be like without him. He's so special. He's so talented, great to work with, taught her a lot, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, who's your best friend? Because I thought it was Taylor Swift. And now it sounds like you're really good friends with Ryan Gosling.
Rank him.
Yeah, just rank him. That's all I'm asking.
Rank him. I would like to know who's your favourite friend. Is it number 1, Taylor, number 2, Ryan? Who was the other one?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Number 3, Jennifer Lawrence. And I would like you to tell them, and then I would like to see whether they're hurt. I don't like people who have too many celebrity friends.
We need MySpace top friends for this purpose.
Yes,
they need
top
to come
8.
back.
And why are they all famous?
Yeah.
Where's your friend from school, Emma? Where's your friend from school?
They can't find her because she changed her name.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Can't find her on Facebook. I should try and find her on Facebook. I'm that Emily Stone.
It's so sneaky. Jennifer Lawrence. There are always headlines like Emma Stone and Jennifer Lawrence prove they're the coolest celebrity BFFs.
I know they didn't plant these stories, but I think they're really damaging to brand.
Yeah, I think it's cringe.
Oh, yeah, didn't your turtle run away? My turtle ran away.
Turtles run away.
I know.
Moral of the story.
This is criminally undiscussed.
Nobody discusses
Turtles
this.
run away.
You have to keep your eye on your turtle.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, but what about Emma Stone's other best friends?
Yeah.
In a video interview for W Magazine back in 2018, they talked about the way that they met. And apparently there was some stalker guy who would send out, he somehow got celebrities' numbers and he would message them and say,
Hey, Alex, or he makes up a name. I'm running late on my way to the soundstage. Can you warm up the orchestra
Make sure
for
the
me?
orchestra's warmed up for me.
Yeah, make sure the orchestra's
It was always about warming up the
orchestra. Can
orchestra.
you text me back and let me know you got this? Yeah. John. And we were like...
So we had been texting blah, blah, blah. We texted every day for a year. But we had never talked on the phone and we had never met. So then we were finally going to meet. She sends me her address. I drive over and on the way over, I'm like, oh my God. What if this is John the orchestra guy?
We've never spoken on the phone. We just trusted it was each other.
And she thought when I was on my way over, she was like, oh my God, what if it's John the orchestra guy? Yeah. So then I called you and you were like, hello? And I was like, hello?
But instead, it was not John. It was the two of them, and they've been friends ever since. And it's very banter and it's very applauding each other.
It's very Blake and Ryan. It's very Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, which we don't. 10 times they were goals.
Yeah.
Shut up, have a fight.
have a fight, rank each other.
Have a fight, get jealous.
Yes.
Get Taylor being like, I don't like her new friendship with Jennifer Lawrence, and actually I think she's cheating with Ryan.
Yeah, she needs to write a song about that.
Yeah.
I'd love that. Jessie, Poor Things being problematic. Poor Things is a 2023 science fantasy black comedy film.
Written by an Aussie.
Really?
Yeah. Same guy who wrote The Favourite.
Oh.
His name's Tony or Anthony.
Tony. Yeah.
I don't know if it's Tony. Anyway,
Tristan, something like that. It's directed by Yorgos Lanthimos and it stars Emma Stone, William Dafoe and Mark Ruffalo.
This is Bella. She's an experiment.
Good evening.
Her brain and her body are not quite synchronized. But she's progressing at an accelerated pace.
Stone has won several awards for her leading role, including a Golden Globe. She plays Bella Baxter.
She, as someone who has seen this film, this was made, this is the script that you read and you go, oh, thank God, this will get me a Golden Globe. Like it was made for a Golden. It's like if you put into AI, how does Emma Stone win a Golden Globe? It churned out this film.
Well, she plays a dead woman brought back to life by a mad scientist using the brain of an unborn baby. She then goes on a journey of sexual and personal discovery.
I am Bella Baxter, and there is a world to enjoy circumnavigate. It is the goal of all to progress, grow.
A woman plotting her course to freedom. How delightful.
It's been controversial because it's essentially about a sex-crazed young woman with an infant's brain. It's been described as a heterosexual middle-aged man's fantasy about nymphomania and decidedly not feminist. Jessie, you've seen it. What's your take?
Oh, that's completely incorrect. It's
Why?
completely not what it's about. It's a modern-day Frankenstein, except it's about a woman, and it's actually based on a Scottish book. I went really deep because I watched it, and I loved it. I thought it was quite hypnotising, but I didn't fully understand what it was about. What it's about is her being created as sort of an object by this mad scientist. And it's a woman's journey from object to subject and how she went from being a sexual object who was manipulated and exploited by the men she came into contact with. And the more she evolved, she became the subject of it and could choose who she wanted and what she wanted. So it's like this allegory for feminism as well. And I think that although it has a lot of nudity and a lot of sex scenes, you see a lot of bush, you see a lot of nipple, you see it's very kind of X-rated, it's not titillating. Like a lot of it's meant to be funny or it's meant to be empowering. I do not read this kind of anti-feminist reading. I think it's very, very clever.
Well, she's been criticised for the fact that the film is not feminist. The other movie that apparently is sexist is Superbad.
Oh, it's a little bit sexist, but it's a bit funny. It's not her, is it, who gets a period on the thing?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, that's a brilliant, brilliant scene.
Where Jonah Hill's dancing and then gets period blood on him.
Yeah.
And he's like, ew.
Yeah. We've all been there.
Great writing.
Yeah.
Great writing. So she's been criticised for having some roles that aren't necessarily seen as existing within a feminist ecosystem. Jessie, miscellaneous.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't find a lot of miscellaneous Emma Stone stuff.
Okay.
She's quite
a tweet?
She's quite liked.
A tweet, an Instagram?
She's quite liked.
A comment?
I wouldn't say she's cancelled.
Feud?
Well, what I did find was a post on Quora.
Oh, that's when you know you're really scraping the bottom of the barrel. I often end up on Quora when I wonder why I have that itch.
Well, somebody wrote on Quora.
Quora is, to be clear, a forum.
Yeah, it's kind of like
why is my baby not eating her solids?
Yeah.
And Quora says, because your baby is terminally ill. And you say, Quora, who are you? And it's like, I am a random amalgamation of parents. I'm not a parent. I'm just lonely.
Go to hospital.
Go to hospital. It's always that.
Yeah.
It's always that.
Quora is like a worse version of Reddit.
Yeah.
In that less people, so more skewed feedback.
Very strange questions.
Well, I thought this.
And fake stories. If you want to find some stories that aren't true,
go to Quora.
Yeah.
Somebody wrote on Quora, I hate Emma Stone.
Oh, well, there we go. She's cancelled.
I never met her and I have this really intense hatred of her. Can you explain why?
Oh, no.
And there are a bunch of people trying to explain why. This was one explanation that I thought was worth bringing to the courtroom.
Yeah, no, this is definitely worth platforming. This is definitely worth looking on Quora for why people hate Emma Stone and then broadcasting it on a podcast. Yes, continue.
There are so many possible reasons you might have an intense hatred of Emma Stone.
This sounds like it's written by ChatGPT.
Even though you have never met her.
Yeah.
Emma Stone as a person and her life may trigger hatred. This is
written by ChatGPT.
It's a bot.
In order for Quora to sustain itself, it does need bots that just input information. And they're like, Aloha.
She is famously private about her life with her husband and child. She
has
also
a child?
is known for giving the media.
Not that that's cancelable, but I feel like that should have been at the beginning. What's the child's
No,
name?
both her and Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah, I know Jennifer Lawrence has a kid.
It's part of their friendship.
Emma Stone child. I don't need a picture Google. I just want to know what her name is. Louise.
Yeah.
Same middle name as her mum.
Yeah.
Oh, this is fascinating.
She's got a little kid.
Oh.
It says she also is known for giving the media a hard time if or when they manage to capture her on camera.
Oh, that is annoying. When you're being stalked by paparazzi and you say, can you not?
Yeah.
Great point.
Or maybe Emma Stone, in one of her on-screen roles, has triggered instant hatred. Some people just rub other people the wrong way even though they don't understand why. The good news. The chances of ever meeting or being required to personally deal with Emma Stone in your life are minimal. There's probably no harm in having your feelings against Emma Stone, but if it concerns you and you really want to explore it in depth, you may want to consult a therapist.
Claire, this was definitely written by ChatGPT. This is, okay, all right. Oh my goodness. I've put it into ChatGPT.
What's the question? Why do I hate Emma Stone?
Why do people hate Emma Stone?
Okay.
And ChatGPT has immediately been like, allow me to answer.
Yeah.
It's not accurate to say that people universally hate Emma Stone. Yeah, we've established she's not cancelled, whatever.
I love when ChatGPT tries to do nuance.
However, for those who might not have positive views about her, it could be due to a variety of reasons, which can include, number one, personal preference. Everyone has different tastes and preferences.
Thank you, ChatGPT.
Number two, jealousy or envy. Number three, perception of overexposure.
Ah, yes.
Yes. Sometimes they're everywhere, and then that can lead to fatigue or annoyance.
Mm-hmm.
Number four, it could be that you did not like a specific role or performance. It doesn't say Aloha, but it should. Number five, rumours or controversies. Number six, Claire, please guess what number six is. Is miscellaneous. Miscellaneous factors. Other personal biases, cultural influences. For example, you may not like Hawaiian people. That's a joke. She's not Hawaiian. Claire, would you like ChatGPT's takeaway?
Yes.
Overall, it's important to remember that public figures like Emma Stone are complex individuals, and people's opinions about them are shaped by a multitude of factors, both objective and subjective.
Thank you,
ChatGPT, you're terrible at gossip.
Yeah.
I want to know why people hate.
Start shit.
What are the rumours?
What rumours?
Claire, our producer, decided to put me into ChatGPT to see why people would not like me.
Mm-hmm.
I would like it on the record, I did not be in Aloha.
You did not be in Aloha.
I wasn't asked and I didn't say yes. But I have 8 points.
Okay, go.
I have media saturation. I also have association with controversial topics or groups. And I also have, I like that there is professional jealousy or envy.
Oh my gosh, you're like Emma.
I know.
You and Emma have that in
haters
common.
just want to be me, but also personality clash. Some people can find my demeanour off-putting.
That's really, we should do that more often.
Thank you, Cora.
But basically, very helpfully, Cora says, I personally wouldn't worry about your feelings unless you also have the urge to act on them. I think that's a good message for our listeners.
Yeah.
Don't act on your hatred towards celebrities.
Don't act on them. I mean, you know how, like, obviously you do call outs at the end of things now and often they're really important. If you don't like Emma Stone, I actually wouldn't recommend seeing a therapist. Yeah. I actually don't think it's big enough. I think psychologists are dealing with enough. Someone saying, Cora told me that if I have negative feelings towards Emma Stone, then I should discuss it in a professional context. I think they'll say, it's
and then
fine.
they have a conversation and then they invoice you for $300. And you're like, Cora,
I didn't need to work through that.
I can just have my feelings.
It's actually fine.
Jesse, it's time for charges and sentences. My charge is unsurprising.
What is it?
Incredibly unsurprising. And it is for Emma Stone, but it is also for others.
Okay.
It's for Cameron Crowe and Bradley Cooper and Rachel McAdams and John Krasinski and Bill Murray.
Bill Murray was in that film?
Yeah, he was. Yep. Oh, and Alec Baldwin.
Oh, my goodness.
All-star cast. That's why the budget was so big.
Not a single person with a trace of Hawaiian.
No. But my charge is...
Aloha.
It's Aloha.
Yeah.
There are some sub-charges.
Yeah.
Like Emma Stone playing Alison Ning.
Yes.
Everyone playing their characters.
Yep.
Cameron Crowe directing it.
Yeah.
It's an appalling film and it's an indictment on us as a species.
Yeah.
My sentence. The thing about Aloha, they were trying to do something.
Yeah.
The problem, I read review after review after review, no one can work out what.
Yeah, right. Okay.
They were trying to do too many
even see
things.
the vision.
The plot doesn't make sense in that Bradley Cooper has something to do with Afghanistan that's a secret. You never find out the actual what happened. It's like a backstory.
Whenever there's a military thing, it's like just drop the word Afghanistan.
Yeah.
It looks complex.
Yeah, but you never find out what it is. Okay? There was a lot of plot that just never got figured out. There was a lot of bad dialogue. It was appalling and upsetting.
Yeah.
But all-star cast.
Yeah.
I'm going to need them to regroup and redo it. Sit in a room and I want Cameron Crowe to say, this is what I meant to do.
We had too many big names and we've created literal shit.
Yes. And I reckon they all sat in the theatre
and went
at the premiere and went,
pull it off.
And went, oh, shit. Yeah. They went, I think it's bad. Does everybody else think yes?
Yeah, because you're like, maybe I'm just being hypercritical.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, Aloha is a terrible thing that we've made.
Yeah. No one pulled it off.
Okay, my charge is similarly Aloha.
Yeah. Okay.
Aloha. Not the Hawaiian word for hello.
The film.
That can stay.
Mm-hmm.
It's the film. And my sentence is that I believe that the man we cancelled along the way, the director,
Cameron Crowe,
needs to get out of his snow cave.
Okay.
We know you're hiding. Get out. Apologise. And maybe, I mean, I don't want him anywhere near the Hawaiian scene again.
No, that's why, to clarify, he needs to say, this is what I meant to do.
Maybe a different story though, and no Emma.
Oh, no,
Emma.
Same cast though. Same cast. You had a great cast. You had a great opportunity.
But do Emma and Bradley and Rachel, do they need another film about
Probably
white
not.
people? Maybe not.
Because maybe there was a crux of something beautiful in Aloha.
I just want a Hawaiian movie featuring Hawaiians.
Yeah,
how about that?
Yeah, I think that's what he should do.
So we can't be going to places all over the world to go look at your lovely oceans. May we put some white people here and make them do some things. Enough. What's his name, Cameron?
Cameron Crowe.
Cameron Crowe. No.
Do better.
Do better. Do better. Well said.
Come out of your snow cave.
Yeah.
That's all we've got time for on today's episode of Cancelled. We will put receipts for this episode on our Instagram, which we have been a lot better at, may I say. Have we done?
I might put a picture of me up where I look like a
Yeah.
I don't see it.
We'll put a picture of you up and just say, does she look like Emma
it?
Stone?
Which was blonde. Someone has said it recently.
You went to a hairdresser once and asked for Emma Stone, blonde
and
and
I asked for Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence.
That was a different day. That was a different day.
You did come out Draco Malfoy. It's when you go too blonde at the roots, you look so Draco.
Because Emma did go blonde for a moment.
Look great on her.
Got green eyes. You don't really look like. You look more like. People tell you look like Dobby, the house elf. So
I guess it's just you. But
okay. Thank you so much for joining us. Go to the twins_thoughts on Instagram where we will share our receipts, and we'll be back next week.
Bye.
Bye.